Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of 5 Questions with the Paulist Fathers. And today we'll head on back down to Vero Beach in Florida and Father Mike Martin. Welcome to
Hello.
the program.
It's good to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming down. And hey, what's one word that you would describe that would describe the mood of the parish that you're working in down in Florida now? For questions.
Well, I have a wonderful picture
Oh, look at you!
of
Came prepared.
yes, and it's actually a picture of an Alaskan church with Christ hovering over it, and I would say at this particular point, our Florida church is believing in difficult times and difficult ways, and we are finding ourselves in the midst of a tough time, and our state is particularly hard hit by the virus, and people are worried. But in the midst of that, faith is necessary and thriving in our community, and uh, and that's something I've been touching on to experience.
Cool. So what's been your favorite comfort food during this whole pandemic at this time?
Oh my gosh, I would have to say, without a doubt, Panera. Anything from Panera Bread Company. There's one about halfway between our house and the church that I serve at, and they make great cinnamon rolls.
Love those myself. Yeah.
Yes.
And so, Father Mike, you are 6'9" tall.
I am 2 inches bigger than a door. I've proven that to myself time and again.
And yeah, I'll bet. And you have been affectionately called the tallest Paulist. So who gave you that
Yes.
nickname?
I come from a large class of Paulists. There were 9 of us ordained, and it was a popular moniker all through the seminary. So I have to give it to them.
So even before you were ordained,
Oh yes, I was the tallest Paulist, and that was one of the ways in which my class made it onto the map. We were about the second or third largest ordination class in Paulist history.
That's amazing. And so they
Yes.
knew you were going to stick around, so they dubbed you the tallest Paulist early.
I guess that was the case, and it worked. So.
Exactly, right? How many years have you been ordained now? This isn't one of the 5 questions, but I'm just curious.
This is 43 years.
Yeah, I knew it was something like that.
Being a priest, and almost 50 years of being a Paulist.
Good for you.
Yes.
Congratulations. So back to the pandemic. What question 4 is, what's the biggest change that will happen to the church because of COVID-19, do you think?
I go back to my picture.
Oh, there you go.
And there, right in the midst of the church, we are gathered together tightly. And I think my experience of church has changed. And that's no longer a picture that works for us. I think the conviviality and the intimacy of church is giving way to social distancing, and I think that's a great loss for the church. I think we're trying to make it up by gathering together, but it's hard to do 6 feet apart.
Yeah, exactly. 6 feet apart, and you're 6'9", so
I'm 6'9". Imagine me stretched out, and that's how far we have to be from each other. Gosh.
Exactly. Father Mike, what are you reading or watching on Netflix or something now that has inspired you during this time, maybe?
Oh, I have to say, without a doubt, today, um, one of the things that I treasure in my heart is Tuesdays. We get together after Mass for a thing called Tuesday Faith with Father, and it brings about 25 to 30 people. We're socially distanced and we're apart, but we always have a topic. And today's topic was the patron saint of the day, who's somebody I don't think any of us have ever heard of. His name is Stanley Rother.
Hmm.
And if you look him up in Google and Google video for an ordinary martyr, you will be taken to the Stanley Rother bio site. And he was basically an Oklahoma diocesan priest who went to Guatemala as a missionary and ended up being martyred there. And it's a 20-minute video, and it's very inspiring. I showed it in my class today, and it was a hit.
Cool.
Yes, it was.
So, Father, bring that picture back up for 1 second.
Okay.
Now, you were in Alaska, right, as a Paulist?
I was in Alaska as a Paulist as pastor of St. Nicholas Church, North Pole, Alaska, which is not this particular church. This is St. Nicholas Church in Kodiak Island, and if you look really carefully, you can find the onion dome at the top of the church.
Oh, yeah.
But it was very much my experience of being a Catholic pastor and serving the people. It was there was Christ who was always present in the community, and let's see there, and the people of God gathered together in the midst of the darkness of night. And there was so much night in North Pole, particularly around Christmas time. And this image caught my attention as just a beautiful picture of who we are, surrounded by light, by candles. And that was a custom we had on Christmas Eve of having all the candles lit on the drive up to the church. And it was a wonderful way to celebrate the darkness.
I know the Paulists are no longer in Alaska, but I have to tell you, I've talked to probably 4 different guys who have served in Alaska, and nobody had a bad word to say about that experience.
Oh, no, it was a wonderful experience. And for me, for my Paulist heart, it was a great missionary experience because half the parish was under the age of 12.
Wow.
And we had lots of teenagers, lots of young people. It was filled with life, and the children were just took the parish to a very different level. And I miss that very much here in Florida, which is more of a senior congregation.
Sure. So you cover all bases anyway, Father. You know that.
Oh, I try. Yes. All things to all people.
Exactly. Well, Father Mike Martin, the tallest Paulist, thanks for joining us. And yeah, thanks for being such a good friend all these years too. I remember the retreat we did back when I was still at Busted Halo, and remember our question box session there fondly.
Ah, okay. I'm glad to be a part of your life and the Paulists for these 50 years. It's been a great grace.
As you are to us. So this has been 5 Questions with the Paulist Fathers. I'm Mike Hayes, and Father Mike Martin, thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you all next time.
Okay, thank you.